So Farhana, what were you doing before you decided that you wanted to start a YouTube channel?
So before I started my YouTube channel, I was actually studying. I was in university, getting my bachelor's degree, and I just did it as a part-time / hobby thing.
What actually prompted you to start a YouTube channel?
Posting a lot of Instagram outfit of the days and things like that, just for fun. I was studying, I was just literally nobody, just enjoying fashion. And I was 18 then. And then in my Instagram post, I was getting a lot of comments. They're asking me how do I style my hijab. Back then, back in 2014, there weren't a lot of hijab tutorials in English. It was all in Arabic, and I was highly influenced by those beautiful Arab girls with their shawls and everything. So I took their video into my own interpretation and made my first hijab tutorial.
Was it difficult to juggle between work and YouTube?
It was difficult, but at that time, I always prioritized my education first. Even with my siblings, they're all doing YouTube now. Even my 12-year-old sister. But I always tell them that the priority is your studies first. So when I had free time, I would film my YouTube videos.
So what were the reactions of your family, of your parents, when you told them that you wanted to make a career out of making videos and creating content for YouTube?
Here's the thing, I didn't tell them at first. I just did it secretly because I used to be very shy to the point where I couldn't I was very stage fright lah. Even talking to a camera was very, very scary to me. So my first video, I didn't speak at all. There was no voice. It was just music, motions and music. And then when I did, after I got a certain number of subscribers, after I got my first 1,000 subscribers, I showed my mom, Mom, this is what I do and everything. And I showed my dad, and at first he was worried about privacy and safety and everything. Then I told them, at that time I could control my followers and my viewers and everything, so he wasn't that worried. But then when things got bigger and bigger, I thought they would go against it, but they supported me. Instead, they supported me. But of course, I still had to maintain my grades and everything in order for me to keep doing it. Then that's why they saw okay, this could be a potentially big thing for her, and they just supported me all the way. And I was also studying media communications at that time, so it kind of goes together lah.
What was the biggest challenge for you starting up?
Creating content at that time when I first started. Looking back now, I wish I pushed harder when I first started, because I think I could have gone further at where I am right now. But back then I was juggling my studies, so it was hard for me. So
did you have a backup plan in case all this failed?
Yes, my degree. That's why to my siblings, I tell them, I highlight it to them all the time, that getting your degree is important. So once you finish your studies, you can pursue your passion. But if it doesn't work out, you have a safety net, which is your degree. You can just jump back to that.
Farhana, were you ever worried about your finances, not knowing whether you have enough money to pay your bills and all that?
Yes, of course, definitely. But the thing is, you just need to know how to manage your bills. And I get my payment paycheck to paycheck, you see. So with every paycheck I get, I will subsidize. This part goes to the rent for the next few months, let's say, and this one goes to my expenses for the next few months. I will separate in advance. So I guess that's how I manage my money.
When you started, did you ever think that it would be as big as it's become today?
Honestly, no, Shaz. My ambition when I finished my degree and everything, I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be an educator. I did not imagine myself making YouTube videos. I don't know for how long, how many more years, but I'm just enjoying the ride as it's here right now. I never thought that I would be a full-time YouTuber. If you're asking my 10-year-old self, do you know you'll be making videos in your room with a camera? I would have said, no way, that's not true. That could have happened. Couldn't imagine it.
Okay, let's talk ballpark figures, yeah? I mean, how much can you make a month from your YouTube channel?
I mean, it's enough. It's enough to support me making my next videos.
Would this be a career you would actually encourage kids to pursue today?
I feel like there would be a space for you if you are uniquely yourself. You don't have to switch on the camera and suddenly become somebody else. Just be yourself and be honest and be honest, because people can see your emotion through the lenses and through the way you speak. And if you're asking me if I would advise this for younger kids, yes, but not as the main thing. If you are still studying, or if it's not stable yet, make sure you have a full-time job first, and you can do this on the side. But once you know that this one can give you makan, can pay your bills and everything, then sure, why not?
Farhana, what is the biggest challenge that you face today?
Oh my god, I'm so glad you asked me this, Shaz, because something just happened to me a few days ago. And this is like one of the biggest challenges in what I do until today lah, is my clients. So that is like the most difficult part, because sometimes they force me to say things just because they want to sell their products. It can be very hard sell, but I feel like it kind of hurt my feelings sometimes, because I'm not a puppet, you see. I have feelings, I have opinions, and like I said, whenever I get products, I will try it out myself and I will give my own thoughts and opinions. So my biggest challenge in what I do right now is definitely the clients. But 90% of the clients I work with are fine. They're fine, they are okay with what I want to see and everything. But the 10%, sometimes it really just gets to my head, like, oh my god, like I know my crowd, I know what they like and I know what they respond to. Later, if you ask me to post like this and the engagement is not enough, then you ask me like, hey, what happened? Like I tried to advise you in the first place, sis.
And Farhana, what is your advice then to parents who are kind of skeptical about YouTube as a career choice?
I would say give it a try. Let them give a try, because especially if they are like very shy and timid like me, and some of my sisters are very shy and timid, like we just never felt confident at first, but my parents allowed us to explore YouTube and everything, and it made us speak up even more. It made us watch more YouTube videos on like public speaking and things like that to improve our speech. And then it made us become more confident to speak, to voice our opinions. So if you have like a shy, timid kid, but you see that they like to watch YouTube videos and they like to pretend that they are vlogging or anything, just let them be. It builds their confidence. Whether you want them to post the video or not is totally up to you, because you are the parent, you know what's right. But in terms of them creating content just for fun, why not?